Good morning, everybody, and happy Saturday. It is Coach Ray here. Thank you for joining me for the stick mobility class today. So for today's class, we are going to do a two-stick class here. Okay, I've been doing one-stick class for the past couple of weeks now. So I want to do a two-stick class. We are going to get into some single leg RDL specific drills for the strength training. We are also going to do a floor press. So if you want to get a little bit of a chest workout, it's going to be perfect for you. We're also going to go through our full body warm-up and mobilizations, finish off with some deep fascial stretching. We are going to get into a little bit of ninja flow, okay? So for today, equipment-wise, I have a bench, okay, but I also have a pad for us to kneel on because we are going to need that a little bit later, stretching out those hip flexors, okay? So let's go ahead and get started here. So I'm going to take 2 long sticks, all right? What we're going to do from here, we're going to start the feet and ankles first. So I'm going to line up and take a wide stance, okay? Get that in the horse stance. Feet roughly about shoulder width, maybe slightly wider apart here, okay? I want both sticks in line with my mid-toe on both sides here, angled in, so about 6 to 8 inches in front of the line of my toes, okay? So now what I'm going to do from here, I want to make sure that I stay centered and balanced. I'm going to first bring up my left heel. I want to make sure all 5 toes and the ball of my foot is on the floor here, okay? Then I'm going to switch and alternate, and I'm going to bring that left heel down, right heel up, okay? Switch. Now I'm going to bring the right heel down, left heel up. Keep your heels hovering off the floor, okay? Switch again, right heel up, left heel down. Try to stay as balanced as you can. Good. Left heel up, right heel down. Good. Let's go a few more. Right heel up, left heel down. Switch. Good. Keep it controlled. Keep it slow. Good. Switch. Make sure you breathe. One more time each side. Switch. Good. Last one. Switch. Good. And bring them both down. Good. Awesome. Now we're going to go lateral tilts, lateral ankle tilts, into ankle circles. We're going to do them all on one side, and then we're going to switch sides. Okay? So for this, I'm going to be a little staggered. Okay? Not too much. I want to have my back foot about roughly 8 to 12 inches in front of the line of my front foot, okay? So, from here, we're gonna start with some lateral shifts, okay? Bottoms of the sticks are in line with the toes here, okay? And you can always adjust if you need to for balance. And so, I just wanna load that front leg just a little bit, bring that knee over the ankle, bring the right heel up, okay? Now what I wanna do from here, back foot is flat, I'm gonna shift my ankle inwards. Now I'm going to shift my ankle outwards. Okay, shift in. So remember that movement is only coming from the heel. You don't want the knee to move. Shift out. If your knee's moving too much, just reduce that range of motion. Shift in. Good. Shift out. Shift in. Good. And shift out. Back to center and down. And now we're going to do circles, okay? So I'm going to adjust my left foot out to be a little bit wider here, okay? Bring it a little bit closer as well in terms of distance. And so now what I'm going to do here, same thing. I want to load that right leg or that right foot. And now I'm going to bring my right heel up to 12 o'clock. I'm going to start at going 3, and then to 6, 9, 12. Okay, let's go a few more. 3, 6, 9, 12. Okay, again. 3, 6, 9, 12. The last one. 3, 6, 9, and 12. Good. Now we're going to reverse directions. So 9, 6, 3, 12, good. 9, 6, 3, 12, a couple more, 9, 6, 3, 12, last one, 9, 6, 3, and 12. Bring it back down, and we'll switch sides here. So remember, you can do this one in particular with one stick if you needed to. So we're going to get in that same stance here, okay? Again, load that front leg just a little bit. Bring that knee over the heel, okay? From here, we're going to bring the left heel up. Okay, let's start with shifting in. So we're going to shift towards the midline. Good. Then I'm going to shift that heel outwards. Remember, try to keep that knee as still as possible. Shift in. Good, then out. In. Out. Good. In. And out. Back to center and down. We're going to adjust the same way we did last time. You can bring it out to a little bit of that wider stance here. Okay. A little load on that front leg. Okay. Start at 12 o'clock. We're going to start by going 9. Okay. So from 12, 9, 6, 3, 12, 9, 6, 3, 12, good, 9, 6, 3, 12, one more time, 9, 6, 3, 12. Now we're going to reverse direction. So now we're going to go clockwise. So 3, 6, 9, 12. Again, 3, 6, 9, 12. A couple more. 3, 6, 9, 12. Last one. 3, 6, 9, and 12. Good. Bring it down and relax. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the hips here. So what I want to do here is I want to keep a lot of the focus on generating a lot of tension on the pelvic tilt for the posterior pelvic tilt. Okay, so as we do that posterior tilt, we're going to generate more force into the ground here. Okay, so I'll go from the side profile here. Again, take that horse stance. So what I'm going to do is the stance that I'm starting with roughly the same stance as I was for the ankles. But I'm going to actually move my feet out a little bit wider to increase that challenge here, okay, as we go along, and I'll tell you when. So, bottoms of the sticks are angled about 6 inches in front of the line of my mid-toe, okay? And the distance of the sticks and the width of the sticks are about shoulder width, and I'm not going to move them any further apart. So, I want to keep my spine up tall, okay? Arms are straight, shoulders down, tall spine. What I'm going to do here, I'm first going to drive the sticks down 30%. I'm going to feel those anterior tissues turn on. Then I'm going to do a posterior tilt and squeeze my glutes. Hold. Good. Now I'm going to ease off up to 15%, and I'm going to do an anterior tilt. Good. So drive down 30%, posterior tilt. Squeeze those glutes. Good. Ease off, do an anterior tilt. Good. Back to center. I'm going to wiggle my feet out a little wider here, okay? So before I was here, I'm going to wiggle them out a little wider, okay? Take an even wider stance. It's going to make it a little more challenging here. So same thing, drive down 30%. Good. Do a posterior tilt. Squeeze those glutes. Drive those knees outward. Okay? Don't let the knees buckle in. Try to drive those knees out. You're going to feel those glutes turn on a lot more. I'm going to ease off to 15%. And now I'm going to do an anterior tilt. Still driving down though. Good. Drive down 30%. Posterior tilt. Squeeze those glutes. Remember to drive those knees out. Make sure you're breathing here. Good. Ease off to 15%, doing anterior tilt. Excellent. Good. Back to center. Now I'm going to do, wiggle out the feet a little bit wider, okay? I want your feet to actually start to be slightly angled out here, okay? Just a little bit. Sticks are still in the same place. They don't move, okay? Get into that horse stance, knees out, okay? Same thing. Drive the sticks down 30%. Anterior tissues turn on, squeeze the glutes, do a posterior tilt. Good. Ease off to 15%. Anterior tilt. Excellent. Posterior tilt. Drive down 30%. Drive those knees out. Don't let them buckle in. Ease off to 15%. Anterior tilt. And good. And relax. Awesome. So, we're not going to get into lateral tilts here, okay? But we are going to shift on into working with the spine. So, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to grab my pad, okay? If you have a pillow, something for you to kneel on, okay? Just going to shift this out of the way here. All right. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to drop down my right knee, okay? And then what I'm going to do here, I'm going to take the stick behind my back, okay? And I want to be in an upright position here, so I want to keep a real good tall position, but I also want to lock my hips in place. So I'm going to squeeze that right glute here, and I'm going to drive that back foot to the floor. So the back foot, my back foot, I want to keep that big toe into the floor. So I'll actually go from this angle here so you can see it. So from here, I want to drive that back foot into the floor, 20%, squeeze that right glute. You're going to drive those hips into extension. Arms are out as wide as I can go. Now I'm going to pull the stick apart. I'm going to get some upper back activation, okay? Then I'm going to rotate towards my front leg here, and I'm driving my right hand forward. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to lightly tilt the right end of the stick towards the floor. Bring it back up. Good. Come back to center. Ease off that tension. Now I'm going to go the opposite direction here, okay? So, same thing. Drive that back foot to the floor. Squeeze the right glute. Pull the stick apart. Rotate to the right. Same thing. Now I'm going to do a lateral tilt. You're going to feel those obliques open up a little bit, right? A stretch in the hip. Back to center. Good. Back to neutral. And relax. Good. Let's go one more per side here, okay? Drive back foot down, squeeze that right glute, pull the stick apart, rotate to the left, laterally tilt, breathe, bring it back up, back forward, ease off, excellent. Gonna go back to the other side, okay? Drive back foot down, squeeze the glute, pull the stick apart, rotate to the right. Good. Laterally tilt. Excellent. Back up. Come forward. And relax. Good. So now I'll turn forward as I switch legs. So left knee is down, right foot is going to be forward. Get that back foot into the floor here. Okay. So, same thing. From here, pull the stick apart. Squeeze that left glute. Okay, lock that hip in place. I'm going to rotate to the right. Good. Gonna laterally tilt the left end of the stick down towards the floor. Good. Bring it back up. Rotate forward here. Good. Now I'm gonna rotate to the left. Remember, keep that left glute tight. So one stick apart. Tilt the right end of the stick towards the floor. Good, come back up. Bring it back to center. Good, ease off a bit. Take a second. Do it one more time, okay? Pull the stick apart. rotate to the right, laterally tilt. Good. Back up. Rotate forward. Now rotate to the left. Put that right hand forward. Laterally tilt. Good. Back even. Rotate forward. And ease off. Good. Now we're going to finish off with a little bit of kayaking here, since we are going to get into some floor-based presses. Okay? I'm going to put this to the side. So I'm going to take the stick here. I'm going to grip out as wide as I can go. Okay? So get into that horse stance here. Thumbs are out facing the side. Okay? Palms are facing away from the body. I'm going to start with my right shoulder up first. Okay? We're going to try to keep both arms straight the best that you can. Try not to move the spine too much. So from here, drop down. I'm going to drive that right hand through. Left hand comes up and over. Good. Drive that left hand through. Right arm comes up and over. Try to really feel that scapula gliding along the rib cage. Keep it slow. Keep it controlled. Excellent. Good. Control your breathing. Keep going. Now we're going to add in little bits of rotation. So as the right arm comes up and over, I'm going to rotate to my left. As the left arm comes up and over, I'm going to rotate to my right. So we're segmenting the spine. Good. Let's go a few more. And 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good. All right. So that was a warm-up. So now we're going to get into the strength training phase. So with this, what I wanted to focus on was a single leg RDL. Here's going to be a little bit different here. Is as we go through the repetitions, we're going to change the angle of our torso and back leg in relation to our front leg. So we're going to work on external rotation as well as internal rotation, right? So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to move this out to the side so I don't bump into anything. All right, so feet are going to be together. We're first going to start by warming up one leg at a time, one side at a time. Okay, it's going to start with a simple regular RDL here. Okay, so I'll actually go from the side a little bit here. Okay, arms are at 90 degrees. Okay, tucked into my side. Bottoms of the sticks are about roughly 8 to 12 inches in front of the line of my toes. First thing I'm going to do here, I'm going to drive both sticks down with 50% tension. I'm going to start with my right leg on the floor here. So I'm going to bring my left foot up. Then I'm going to drive my left heel back, reaching my arms out. Try to keep that left hip towards the floor. Make sure you're grabbing the ground with your right foot. You want to keep an active foot here. Good. Go ahead and come back up. And relax. Excellent. Easy, right? Very easy. Here's what's going to change now. We're going to change the relation of the sticks. So we are going to effectively use the clock system. Okay? So I want my left stick at 12, my right stick to be at 1. Okay? My feet have not changed. Okay? However, I want my spine to be rotated here. So I'm going to drive both sticks down. I'm going to hover this left foot off, and I'm going to turn my body towards the sticks here. Okay, so I'm already getting that internal rotation on the right hip. Now I'm going to do the same thing that we do for the RDL. I'm going to drive my hips away from the sticks, driving that left heel back. So now I'm in internal rotation on this right leg here. Okay, now I'm going to lift the right stick, hold. Good. Let's place that right stick back down. Now I'm going to lift the left stick, place it back down. Now I'm going to come up and ease off, and now I would rotate back forward, okay? So we're going to move it out a little bit wide, so a little bit more now. So now I'll turn facing forward so you can see from the front. So my right stick's going to be further out, it's closer to 3 o'clock, okay? Left stick is going to be out closer to 1, okay? So same thing. I want to keep my right foot facing forward, okay? Slight bend to the knee. I'm going to rotate my body. Again, getting a lot of internal rotation, only do a range that you can handle. And I'm going to do that same thing here, driving the stick down, and I'm going to drive my hands diagonally out, getting a lot of that internal rotation. It's going to be really hard to balance. Just hold this here. 3, 2, 1, come back up, bring it forward, and relax. Now we're going to switch and go the opposite direction here. So now we're going to get that external rotation on this right leg here. Right stick's going to be at 12 o'clock, okay? Left stick's going to be at around 11, maybe a little closer to 10, right? We're going to do that same thing. This might be a little bit easier if you have good external rotation. So, same thing, drop those sticks down 50%. I'm going to hover, keep this right knee in line with your mid toe here, right? I'm rotating my body towards the sticks. Now, almost like a curtsy lunge, my left leg is coming behind. Extend those hands out. Good, lift the right stick. Good, place that stick back down. Lift the left, place it back down. Good, going to come up, rotate back forward, and relax. Excellent. Now we're going to go a little further, okay? So only go to the ranges that you can manage, right? Even for me, this is really challenging. So, same thing, all right? I'm going to drive both sticks down. Remember, active foot with the right foot. I'm going to start here, then I'm going to rotate my body. So I'm getting an external rotation on that right hip, and now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to drive my hands out. Left leg is going away from the sticks. Hold. 3, 2, 1, come back up. Rotate and relax. Just go to switch to the left side now, okay? So we're gonna do the left foot. Same thing, same setup, okay? Want that left leg. So drop both sticks down, keep an active foot on that left foot, over that right leg, okay? Then I'm gonna drive both sticks forward, grab that right leg back, try to keep that right hip facing towards the floor. Don't let those hips open up, okay? Keep those hips locked down. You should be feeling some sort of glute activation on both sides. Good, 3, 2, 1, come back up. Relax, okay? Start with that internal rotation. So, right stick's at 12, left stick is, around 11. So around there. All right, so same thing. Active left foot, okay? Grab the ground with those toes. Drive both sticks down. I'm gonna hover this right foot off. I'm gonna rotate my body towards the sticks. Now I'm going to shift, or I'm going to drive those sticks out, hinging, driving that right leg away from the sticks in opposite direction. Good, lift the left stick. Hold, back down, lift the right. Oh, now that is a challenge for me. Good, bring it back down. Good, going to come back up. Turn forward and relax. Good, let's go a little further here. Okay, create a lot more of a challenge. So, same thing, okay? I'm gonna drop both sticks down. I'm gonna rotate my body towards the sticks, okay? Remember that left foot has to stay facing forward. and I'm going to drive my right leg away from the sticks while reaching out. Hold. 3, 2, 1, back up. Face forward and relax. Switch sides here. Left stick's at 12, right stick's at, 1 to 2, somewhere around there. All right, same thing here, okay? So drop both sticks down, lift that right leg up, grab active foot on the left foot. I'm gonna rotate my body towards the sticks, okay? And then I'm gonna drive sticks forward, driving that right foot back. Just go ahead and lift that right stick. Good. Place it back down, lift the left. Good. Back down, come back up, and relax. Let's go ahead and go a little further. Okay. Same thing. Drive both sticks down. 50%. Lift the right leg. Rotate your body towards the stick. Remember, try to keep that left knee in line with the mid toe best you can. But from here, I'm going to drive both hands out. Drive my right leg away from the sticks, opposite direction. Squeeze that right glute, hold. 3, 2, 1. Good, going to come up and turn forward and ease off. Good, right? So a little bit of a different challenge when it comes to the single leg RDL here. So now, what I promised. So we're going to get into a floor-based press drill. It's going to be working on the pecs. We're also going to do a pull apart to work on that upper back. So very similar to the isometric bench press here, okay? So what I want to do here is I'm going to get on the floor like so, okay? Now, in terms of where to grip the stick, I like to go a little wider than shoulder width here, okay? But it's going to be whatever's most comfortable for you, whatever doesn't give you whatever gives you the least amount of pain, right? So if it's too painful, reduce the range of motion or reduce the amount of tension you're generating. So from here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to grip the stick a little wider than shoulder width here, okay? So I'm going to start with my hands extended, and what I want to do to keep my lower body active, I'm going to treat it like a bench press. I'm going to drive my heels or my feet into the floor. You're going to feel a little bit of glute activation here. Gripping the stick, arms straight, I'm going to now pull the stick apart with 60% tension. And I'm going to bring the stick down slow. Elbows coming in at 45 degrees. Once my elbows touch the ground, I want to compress that stick, push in 60%, and I want to slowly, very slowly press the stick away. Good. Once you get to the top, pull apart again. 70% tension. Bring it down slow. So driving those feet into the floor. Good. Compress 70%. Keep those elbows in at 45. Good. Now ease off. Good. And relax. We're going to do that again. Now we're going to go more sub-maximal. So we're going to start at 80%, then we're going to go to 90. So this is going to be the hardest. However, we're going to make it a little hard on you guys, okay? So we're actually going to get into an active bridge position while we do this last one here, okay? So from here, we want to make sure we got a good stable foot position here. And what I'm going to do, arms are starting up tall here, okay? You can change your grip if you need to get to a more comfortable position. Now I'm going to do from here, let's go ahead and bridge up, squeeze those glutes, keep those glutes as tight as you can the entire time, okay? From here, let's start at 80%. So pull apart, come down slow, Keep those hips up. As soon as the elbows touch the floor, compress, 80%. Hold. Good. Pull apart, 90%. Keep the core tight. Keep control of that rib cage. Down, 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 down. Good. Compress. Press up slowly. Breathe. 3, 2, 1. Ease off. Bring the hips down and relax. Good. So, a little bit of a press here today, okay? Just kind of working on upper body, a little bit of chest, a little bit of back. Now we're going to get into the deep fascial stretching. So we're going to first start off with working on the hip flexors, okay? Then we're going to work on opening up those hips a little bit, and we'll get into a little bit of ninja flow, okay? So, I'm going to take both sticks here. I'm going to start with my right knee down, okay? Now what I'm going to do, back foot, now the top of my foot is going to be extended to the floor like so, okay? Bottoms of the sticks are in line with the front with my the line of my toes on my left foot here. I want to keep both arms straight, okay? I'm going to drive that back foot into the floor, 10%. Squeeze the right glute, drive the sticks down, okay, 10%. Now I'm going to shift my hips forward. Keep that right glute tight. Focus on deep breathing here. It's really important to focus on that breath work. Good. Slowly come out. Ease off. Now let's go ahead and move this left leg out a little bit more. Okay? So we're always shifting the hips in the direction of that front leg. Okay? So, same thing. Okay? Drive that back foot down, squeeze that right glute, drive both sticks down, 10%. Just to get a little activation. Now I'm going to shift my hips towards that front leg. Now, we're going to get those short adductors right towards the groin area, right? Keep that glute tight in extension. You need to contract that glute to reflexively open up those anterior tissues in the hip. Breathe. Slowly come out. Ease off. Now we're going to move that left foot out a little wider, right? Getting into that short adductor now, okay? Try to open up those hips. So, same thing. Drive that back foot down, squeeze the right glute. Notice I move my left stick on the inside of my left foot. I'm going to shift my hips towards that front leg. So I'm shifting diagonally. Breathe. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and ease off slowly. And relax, switch to the other side. So this is a good stretch. I do like to use this stretch in particular when I'm going to do a squat day. So if you're in a squat, this may be something good for you to add in, okay? All right, same thing. Back foot is into the floor, drive that back foot down, squeeze that left glute, okay? Drive both sticks down. Now I'm going to shift my hips forward. So if one side's a little tighter, again, it's kind of something you need to work on, right? You need to loosen up those tissues. Focus on that breathing. Slowly come out and ease off, okay? Wiggle that right foot out a bit. Same thing, okay? Drive that back foot down, squeeze that left glute, drive both sticks down, shift your hips towards that front leg. Get a little more of that short adductor here. Still getting those anterior hip tissues, okay? That hip flexor complex. Breathe. 3, 2, 1. Good. Slowly come out. Ease off. Now, move the right stick on the inside. Bring that right leg out even further. Okay? Same thing. If this is painful, do not go deep into the stretch. Even something as simple as activating from here can be a stretch enough for a lot of people. So, same thing. Drive both sticks down. Drive that back foot into the floor. Squeeze that left glute. Keep that left glute tight. Shift towards that right leg. You want to keep that right hip open. Don't let it collapse in. Keep it out. Breathe. 3, 2, 1. Good. Slowly come out. And ease off. Good. Okay. Now we're going to get into the momentum flow here. Okay? So you're only going to need one stick for this. Okay, so I'm going to place one stick down. Now what I'm going to do from here, we're going to take a wide stance, whatever's most comfortable for you. Okay? If you can't go that wide at first, that's fine. If you feel like you can wiggle your feet out wider as we go through this, please do. Okay? So I'm going to start here. I want my feet to be slightly angled outwards. Okay? I'm going to take the stick that's in my right hand. I'm going to place it on the inside of my right foot here. Okay? Right by the ball of my foot. My right hand's going to come up to eye or forehead height. Okay? Now what I'm going to do from here is I'm going to keep my arms straight. I'm going to lightly drive that stick into the floor. I want to get some activation on that lateral chain here. Only about 15%. Now I'm going to drive my hips back and hinge. The stick comes out to my side now. So now I'm going to get a stretch in that arm line and the chest. Okay? I'm going to let my left hand hang a bit. Good. Now what I'm going to do from here, I'm going to reach down towards the bottom of the stick with my opposite hand, thumb facing down towards the floor. Now I'm going to pull the stick apart and I'm going to lunge to my left. I'm driving my hips back as I'm lunging over. Straighten out that right leg. Breathe. 3, 2, 1. Come back up to center. Good. Let go with that left hand and slowly come up. Excellent. Now I'm going to wiggle my feet out a little wider, right? Get a little bit more range, a little bit more rotation here. So bring the stick to the inside of my foot, okay? Hand is at the same height. You can always grab a little higher if you want to. So drive the stick down first, okay? And from here, hinge back. Good. Get that chest stretch. Breathe. Reach across with that left hand, thumb facing down towards the floor. Good. Drive your hips back over to the left side. 3, 2, 1. Slowly come back to the center. Let go with the left hand and come up. Excellent. We're going to do one more. We're going to do something a little bit different on this one here. Okay? So, now what we're going to do here, I'm actually going to grip at the top of the stick. This is going to be a little bit different because we are going to now create a bow into the stick here. Okay? For a little bit more rotation. So, my hand is on the top of the stick like so. Okay? And now what I want to do, I want to grab it. I'm going to be here. I'm going to hinge back. Again, even having my hand higher allows me to get more rotation. Okay? It allows me to get a bigger stretch here, and I'm not even going as far. So now what I'm going to do here, I'm going to place my left hand directly across my body. Okay? I'm going to lunge to the left still. Now I'm going to pull with that left hand into my side. 3, 2, 1. Back to center. Ease off with that left hand. Come up. Excellent. Now we're going to switch over to the other side. Set. Okay, so I'm going to wiggle my feet in a little bit, right? Have my hand at the same height, okay? Feet are still angled out a bit. Drive the stick down, 15%. Going to drive my hips back. Sticks out to the side here. Get that hang, get that little stretch here. Okay. Reach across with the left hand, thumb facing down towards the floor. Pull the stick apart and lunge to the right. Remember to drive those hips back. Extend that left leg out. 3, 2, 1. Come back to center. Let go with that right hand. And come back up. Excellent. All right, wiggle those feet out a little wider if you can, or if you want to. Okay. You're gonna do that same thing. Drive the stick down. Okay. Get those tissues active. Okay, hinge back. Bring the stick to the side. Good. Reach across to the left hand. Pull stick apart, lunge to the right. We're going to drive those hips back. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Slowly come out. Back to center. Let go with the right hand. Stand up. Excellent. Now you're going to do that same thing. Bring the left hand up top. Okay? I'm going to go from here. Okay. Grabbing this top of the stick here. Same thing. Gonna hinge. Stick comes out to the side. Get further rotation, right? More of a stretch in the chest. I'm gonna lunge over to my right after placing my hand on the stick. Lunge to my right. Pull. Get that bow effect. Breathe. 3, 2, 1, back to center. Whoa. Ease off. Let go with the right hand. And stand up. Good. Now let's wiggle our feet in. And excellent. That concludes today's class. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. Hope everybody had a good class today. Be sure to check out our YouTube with our other videos. And happy Saturday. Stay safe out there. Enjoy the weather.